Good morning everyone. The very first video I posted on my channel was me going down to Southampton for the first time. It's still one of my better performing videos. One of the comments I got on that video was that I didn't show the run in from the motorway into the port. I'm guessing that's drivers asking, but nonetheless that's one of the things I got asked about that video. So today finally I'm able to fix that. So it is just after 2 AM in the morning, which I know is an unfathomably stupid time to be up, but nonetheless we are on the way into the depot, and I've got to take a coach, run dead all the way down to Southampton to do an Intercruises pick up and come back up to Wolverhampton and then back to the depot again. So we'll be done by, I know, early mid-afternoon. So it's still 8 o'clock in the morning on the way into the depot, and I'll be able to finally fix that thing where I can show you what it's like getting into Southampton. It's been, well, last season was the last time I did it, back end of last season, so I know it's sort of 9 months ago I suppose, but I'm pretty sure I can remember the route in, but we'll see what happens. So on the way into the depot, and we'll catch up in a bit. Just a few seconds of sped up footage before we return back to normal speed, just to show the last bit of the run into Sutton Scotney Services. Well, hi everyone. We are at Sutton Scotney Services, which is about 30-40 minutes outside of Southampton. Just stopped for a quick break, grab some breakfast because it's still quite early. It's only about just after 6, I think. What is this time? Yeah, about 6:15 at the moment. So we've still got the last little bit to go down to Southampton. But I thought I'd just check in from here and then we'll see what happens when we get down there. All right, speak to you again soon. Okay, so we pick it up here on the run into Southampton. So we are on the A34, we've come out of Sutton Scotney Services, we've gone south, we've gone past Winchester and joined around onto the M3. And then we've come down the M3 to junction 14, which is where we are now. And you can see it's the M27 junction, and the M27 goes obviously both east and west from this junction. Now, I'm sure there are other coach drivers, and if you are, then please tell me if you have a different or preferred route into the port from where we are here. Please tell me, but this is the way I go. So I go right at that split. Again, the drivers amongst you will know that split very well. But basically, I'm heading for the A33, which literally just goes due south straight into the port. If you saw it just above the sign there, actually said A33 on both these two bits of road, and you can see another coach there has gone the other way. I don't know which is quicker, I couldn't tell you which is quicker, maybe it depends on traffic, but this is just kind of my habit to go this way. Anyway, we swing off here, this junction's coming up, and we're going to say we're going to go on the A33 and just head straight down south into Southampton. But as we come off here, we kind of swing round, and then we come up to what I like to call the Shell Island, and you'll see in a moment. So you can see now why I call this Shell Island, because there's a Shell garage right there, and we're just going to go straight across. I mean, there's not really much I can say about this routing because it really is literally pretty much dead straight the entire way. It's the way Google Maps told me to go the first time I went, and it's the way I pretty much always go. Way I pretty much always go now. This bit here, this again dead straight run down, but these lanes are not particularly wide. I will split the lanes here. Just depends a little bit on what's going on. In terms of traffic and cars, it's still relatively early at this point, before 7 AM, so not much traffic around, so I'm hogging the left here, but it does a little bit close to you know, bus stops, signs, lamps, lights, all that kind of stuff for the near side mirror, when you just, you know, because you literally do sort of just run right along the curb edge. So I do sometimes set out here, but anyway, just going to run down this straight bit. starts to get a bit more exciting here where we hit this, I don't know whether to call it a roundabout or a gyratory or something. It's this sort of big, long, thin kind of with an island bit. We come around here. This is the point where I would normally start thinking about saying to the passengers, we've got, you know, just 5 or 10 more minutes left, and you know, all the sort of closing announcements, all the sort of stuff you do. So I tend to do that around here somewhere, just to give people a little bit of time. Seen on the road there that we're literally just following signs for the docks at this point. But we're going to come now down to a proper, you know, roundabout. It's got actually a hotel in the middle of it, so you know, an island. But we're going to go around here, off down another road. Just checking on Google Maps. Apparently that road we're going to go to is called St Andrews Road, but then we're going to go around there. As with all roundabouts like this, just keeping an eye out what's going on around you, making sure cars aren't doing silly things, and knowing if you're just going to clip the corner a little bit in your lane, just to keep an eye out for what's going on. But as I said, it's early, not much traffic around. I think it was a weekend day as well, so even less traffic. But this is that St Andrews Road, and we're going to go down here and turn right at the T-junction. Again, it's just signed down towards the port, and we're pretty much still just going straight south down towards the port. So down here to another kind of one-way system-y, square-abouty kind of thing. And again, we're just still following signs for the docks. This is a bit of a tight turn. There's nothing they can do about it. They're probably not going to change the road layout here, but you do just have to be a little bit careful on this turn, especially in a triaxle. So we've got on the triaxles today, so just being careful as always. And then we go straight across here around this, I say, around this kind of square-abouty one-way thing, and we're very close to the port at this point. Come up to this T-junction at the bottom here. There's just about the first chance you might get a glimpse of the boat, just behind this building here. We're going to turn right here, and then well, in this case we're heading for Ocean Cruise Terminal Berth 46, which I just tend to call Ocean Cruise 46. This is also the way in to go to the QE2 terminal. So we turn in here. through this little gatehouse, and the QE2 would be straight ahead. We're going to turn right, heading for 46. It's always fairly well signed, to be fair, and you can almost always just follow the other coaches. But we turn right here, and then we're just going to queue up behind any other coaches that are there, just to talk to the people who are on the gate. And as you'll see, they will tell us where we need to go. Here, the other terminal that I've been to is the Mayflower terminal, which is not in quite this location. It's just a few minutes further away, but you can go in this way and along the kind of coast road basically to cross to Mayflower, or actually you can cut across a bit earlier on from where we were before and come down from the north side into Mayflower, and that's kind of the way I'd probably go into Mayflower. So just a very slightly different route at the very end. But I'd say you can go this way. But as I say, any other coach drivers who know other routes in, then please let me know. But we're going to say hi and check ourselves in, and then make our way around to our parking spot. So that's it, guys. Not particularly difficult run in this one, especially the way I go. Yeah, just basically straight south, straight, and here we are. We're here in Southampton. You can see the coach behind me. We're just waiting for the more passengers. We've just got a couple so far, and then we'll get ourselves away. So a bit of a grey, dreary day. The ship is this one behind me, you can see. So that's the Iona in port here, just waiting for some more passengers. See a decent line of coaches here. Let's have a quick pan around behind me, you can see. Apparently there's 35 coaches here today to pick all the coach passengers up. So here we are, waiting for more passengers, and then we'll get our way back up to north again. You may have noticed on the opening slide of the video that the wheelchair lift in this particular coach is out. So I had specific instructions. I had a passenger with quite limited mobility who needed the lift access. So we've made sure there was space and lift was all there. And that's why the lift is here waiting, just, you know, out position, waiting for that passenger to come so we can load her safely on board. Coaches generally have a decent amount of luggage space. especially the triaxles. But when it's cruises, and these passengers have been away for about 30 days on their cruise, getting all the cases in can be a bit of a nightmare, and sometimes you're stuffing cases into every single last little hole that you can find. As you can see in this picture, it's pretty stuffed, and I've got better at loading luggage. I know there's different ways of doing it, and some drivers will tell you this way and some drivers tell you that way. Lay them down, don't lay them down, stand them up, all that kind of stuff. Everyone has their own preferred way of doing it. I think mine's pretty good. I can usually get all the luggage in, but as you can see, it can be a bit of a stuff sometimes to get it all in. So this is just the run back out of the port again, load up passengers on our way going up north now. So I say this is just the first little bit going out, and then we've got a little bit of sped up footage of the run back out through Southampton again, and it's just exactly the same as the way in reverse. Obviously we're going to go around the one ways and the gyratory is the opposite way round obviously, but it's pretty much exactly the same, straight up the 33 to the motorway. And then off up after that. So a little bit of sped up footage, and then we'll come back again right at the very end and show the last little bit of the run into the services at the very end. And we're going to pick this up as we do the last little bit of the run into the services at the end. So this is up in Wolverhampton, it's Hilton Park services. It was actually just the one stop. We only just did Southampton up to here, no intermediary stop, so nice and easy. So as I say, this is just the last little bit on the run into the services. We'll get everyone off, got all their cases unloaded. I could see people being picked up by family and taxis, all that kind of stuff, so all good from that point of view. I had a 45 here, and then I made my way back to the depot. So as always, thank you for joining me on this journey. If you could do one thing for me, and that would be just to leave a comment on this video below. It doesn't really matter what you say, but always helpful if you say something good or constructive or ask a question or something. I'll almost always respond, but just leave a comment, because then I know that the algorithm for YouTube likes it and knows that you're engaging with my videos. But that's it for now. Take care guys, drive safe everyone, see you again next time.